said, I had enough Bolshevik up to here. Okay, zing, 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 zing. Well, that's all for me. I'm Vladimir Lenin. Thank you. Vegas. Okay. Well, are we having a good time with history, aren't we? Yeah. Okay, great. Well, good. And you know, history is so important. You know, there was another time in our country's illustrious history where things were really at rock bottom, and I think you remember that as much as I do. Of course, it was the Panic of 1837. Yes, the Panic of 1837. Everyone talks about it all the time. What exactly happened? Well, here it is, the historical reenactment. 1834. 1835. 1836. 1837. 1838. That was the Panic of 1837. Thank you. Okay, great. All right, well, it's time to shift gears a little bit and do a children's story. Children's story time, yes. You've had music, you've had poetry, you've had laughter. Now it's time for a children's story. It's the story of The Lonely Little Celery Stick. Once upon a time, there was a little lonely celery stick walking down Main Street in Cobleskill. I'm just a little lonely celery stick. Won't somebody spread some peanut butter on me? Then, well, coming up Route 7 was Mr. Grumpy Peanut Butter. I'm Mr. Grumpy Peanut Butter. Nobody but nobody likes me. And then they bumped together close by the Bull's Head Inn. Doink! The little celery stick was so happy. Oh boy, he said, slather your peanutty goodness all over me. And he did. The end. I wrote that. Okay, good. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Oh, well now it's time for another great song. Okay, yes. Okay. All right. Well, Thailand has been in the news in the past few months this summer, and I really admire the King of Thailand so much that I wanted to write a song for the King of Thailand. So here it is, the King of Thailand song. Hope you enjoy it. Oh, good King Mahawachira, long gone Bodhintara, Pedayawa Rangoon. He didn't like anti-disestablishmentarianism. He sent those syllables away, and everyone shouted, hooray for good King Mahawachira, long gone Bodhintara, Tebwa Rangoon. Okay, now you know the words, sing along. Oh, good King Mahawachira, long gone Bodhintara, Tebwa Rangoon. He didn't like anti-disestablishmentarianism. He said those syllables away, and everyone shouted, hooray! Oh, good King Mahawachira, long gone Bodhintara, Tebwa Rangoon. The end. Well, thank you very much. I really enjoy the kind of doing the history stuff here, and that I'm glad that Chris allows us to do that kind of thing here, because it's been tough doing my kind of act in a regular comedy club. Most comedy club owners go, Ed, I really can't use you. You do a lot of obtuse stuff like the 1904 Russo-Japanese War. So for the last couple of minutes here, I thought I'd like to try some mainstream material, if that's okay. Just try a little bit of mainstream Max here. How about I do a bit about dating? Dating's good. How about dating? I used to date this Chinese exchange student decades ago when I was a student. She was from the southern province of China, and I'm from a small port city. Used to be known as Port Arthur. That's where the Japanese defeated the Russians in the 1904 Russo-Japanese War. Okay. How about politics? Good? Yeah. Teddy Roosevelt was one of my favorite presidents. Did you know that Teddy Roosevelt was the first president to ever win the Nobel Peace Prize? That's because he was instrumental in helping to resolve the 1904 Russo-Japanese War. Okay, how about baseball? Hey, Tony Russo, one of my favorite managers of all time. All right. Okay, well, I'd like to thank everyone for showing up tonight. We have one more act, the fabulous Drew Jacobs here, so let me wind up here. And to wind up, I don't want to take too much time here on stage, so what I'd like to do is read the entire novel of Moby Dick for you. That's all right? We got time, Chris? Think so? Okay. Okay, good. And to help speed things up, I've invited farm auctioneer Teddy Bodinsky to help me out. Teddy, can you come out? Okay. Now. I go in. Call me Ishmael. Peabody. Starbuck. Ahab. I can kill the whale. Giant whale. Moby Dick. Stick the ship. The coffin pops up and only one guy lived. The end. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Told you I'd get to it. Okay. Well, you know, I kind of recovered a little bit down. I was in prison for a while. I was in prison because I got arrested in downtown Albany years ago, and it was I got caught. Well, I think I can admit it now. I was hooked on phonics, and it was really tough. I just started off just fooling around with proper pronouns and adverbs just on the weekends, that's all. And, you know, and then once in a while with my friends, we'd play with diphthongs, and each other's diphthongs. And then I would just stay up all nights just conjuncting sentences over and over and over and over and over, if, over, but, over, or, over. And I was arrested on the corner of Quail and Central for dangling my participles in public. So I ended up in prison. When you're in prison, you gotta write a blues song. So I ended up watching a lot of Sci-Fi Channel, and there's one thing that always bothered me. It was, you know, that Godzilla fights a lot of different monsters, but the one monster he always defeats is, of course, the giant mechanized monster from outer space, the Mecha Godzilla. And I felt bad for Mecha Godzilla, so I wrote a blues song for him. Mecha Godzilla Blues. I got a big Godzilla hanging on my tail. Yeah, I got a big old angry Godzilla. He's hanging on my tail. Yeah, he's clutching on my tail, hanging on my hips. I'm shooting little rockets at him with my fingertips. I got an angry Godzilla hanging on my tail. You see this Godzilla? He got angry because I invaded his turf. Yeah, I thought I'd choke that old Godzilla, till he turned blue like a Smurf. But he jumped on my back and he wouldn't let go. He's trying to save the whole damn city of Tokyo. I got an angry Godzilla hanging on my tail. Go, Mecha Godzilla, go! Laser eyes. Pew, pew, pew. Massive laser rocket. Yeah, when Godzilla breaks me into pieces with his powerful jaws, the Japanese are gonna melt me down to make Yamahas. I got an angry Godzilla hanging on my tail. Thanks, everyone. Carey, back to you. Thank you.
Ed Smyth, everybody. Give Ed Smyth. And a hug. Give him a hug as well. Great. Thank you. Thank you. Now, closing down the show tonight, very talented young man. Well, you're young to me. He's heard on the radio throughout the country songs to laugh at or with. Ladies and gentlemen, they're very entertaining and funny. Drew Jacobs. He's not ready yeah. What the what? What the what? He's handsome, he's good looking.
There you go.
What the what? He can sing, he can cry, he can tell jokes.
One more.
One more. He's still handsome.
As good as it gets.
It's about as good as it gets.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, to close the show up, Mr. Drew Jacobs, everybody.
I'm also tall. I'm also tall.
He's also tall.
Perfect, right there. Now point it at my mouth. Good. Here we go. Perfect. Monday morning I get up and I head for the shower. It's how I survive this ungodly hour. I grab a slice of breakfast and a coffee to go. I kiss my wife and kids and then I head out the door. This is for the working people. Working people here? Yeah. When I step into the office, I start to perspire. The telephone is ringing while my throat is getting dry. I go to check my email while the screen flickers on. I break out in a rash running up and down my arm. I'm allergic to my job and I feel so bad. This has to be the worst job I've ever had. I can't go to work cause I'm sick as a dog. Oh my God, I'm allergic to my job. I was allergic to my job and I was feeling half dead. So I checked into a clinic where they MRI'd my head. I didn't find a thing, so they sent me on my way. My HMO refused to pay. I hate when that happens. I'm allergic to my job and I feel so bad. This has to be the worst job I've ever had. I can't go to work cause I'm sick as a dog. Oh my God, I'm allergic to my job. Key change. Exciting, isn't it? So I started my own business and the next thing I knew, I had 7 secretaries I was telling what to do. Next thing I know, oh, I've been doing this song 20 years. I'm going to take one more run at that left. So I started my own business and the next thing I knew, I had 7 secretaries I was telling what to do. And just when I thought that I had found a cure, I came down with a fever of 104. I'm allergic to my job and I feel so bad. This has to be the worst job I've ever had. I can't go to work cause I'm sick as a dog. Oh my God, I'm allergic to my job. Saturday and Sunday, I'm feeling just fine. I'm as healthy as a horse come quitting time. If I ever hit the lotto, I'll tear up my time card. Oh my God, I'm allergic to my job. Oh my God, I'm allergic to my job. Oh my God, I'm allergic to my job. Woo. Thank you. Very nice. Nice to be here. Nice to be anywhere since they took the security bracelet off my ankle, though, you know? Just kidding. Took it off myself. Things you can learn from YouTube. It's incredible. Actually, what I do is I take it off and I put it on the Roomba. So the cops are monitoring me as I walk around the house, bumping into furniture, you know? It's kind of neat. I used to put it on the dog's collar. And the cops were worried because they kept seeing me run into the bathroom. They thought I was getting sick. Turned out I was just drinking out of the toilet. So. Speaking of drinking, tell you a little bit about myself, tell you how I got my start. Like probably a lot of singers get their start singing in the shower. I ruined 2 guitars. I had a singing act with my brother. You may have heard of us, Jacobs and Jacobs. No? You know how brothers are always fighting, you know, couldn't get along. You know, he wanted top billing. He wanted to call the act, you know, his name first. He wanted to call it Jacobs and Jacobs. I thought it sounded better with my name first, with Jacobs and Jacobs. So we compromised and started calling ourselves Simon and Garfunkel. It worked out okay for a while. Got more bookings, more disappointment, and more lawsuits. You know, so. And of course, we kept fighting because he had to be Garfunkel, and he didn't like that. So, such is life. I come from a long line of folkers. My mother was a folker. She was a mother folker. And, you know, as most parents do, they'll folk you up pretty good. And graduated high school, she said, okay, you go out and go folk yourself. So I enrolled in college. I went down to Greenwich Village and enrolled in Folk U. Got my degree from there, and then transferred my graduate degree up to Woodstock to their sister campus, Folk U 2. And now here I am. So I'd like to show you what I learned. I wrote this song with some of the greats, you know, channeling some of the greats of Seeger and Woody Guthrie and Steve Jobs. The song is called There's an App for That. Well, not long ago we did things by hand. We built our own houses and farmed our own land. People who were older than us called them the good old days. Well, now we got apps, short for applications. It's the brand new way to get the information that you're going to need to lead an easier life. If you're new to technology and you just got a phone, we'll charge it on up and then bring it on home and then download the app that will help you find apps. Apps that'll tell you how to get where you're going. Apps that'll tell you if it's raining or snowing. I even use an app to help write this song. There's an app for that. Download and put $1 in, nothing flat. Whatever you need, you know it's guaranteed. There's an app for that. There's an app for that. Well, who comes up with new app ideas? A bunch of nerds in a room sitting around drinking beer. Seems the phones all got smart and we all got dumb. I mean, does anyone remember the encyclopedia or the paper with the times for your movie theater? Seems we all just sit around now and play with ourselves. Oh, but one of the coolest apps that I've seen helps keep track of your favorite stars on the screen. It'll tell you where they are every second of the day. Did you see this app? Hold it up and start talking. It'll make your voice sound like Christopher Walken. I mean, how can you live without something like that? There's an app for that. Just $1.99. Hey, you can't beat that. For the score of the game or your baby's new name, there's an app for that. There's an app for that. Heavens above! Let's talk about it. Well, if you're on a first date and you're trying to please her, download the one called the Appetizer. It'll make an impression she won't soon forget. Use that app to find a place you can dine. When you get to that place, have it download a wine. Next thing you know,